Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Tonya. I am the host of the Mucho Dinero TV show. I'm so excited. I have a very, very special guest on here today, and I'm just really, really excited. So I'm going to play a couple of commercials, and then we're going to get started. Today's entire conversation is going to be about Dubai. Yes, Dubai. So sit back, grab some coffee, share this out, but let's learn, okay? Be back in a second. Hi, everyone. Once again, this is Dr. Tonya. I am the host of the Mucho Dinero TV show. I have a very special guest on here today. We're going to be talking about Dubai. Yes, Dubai. Traveling to Dubai. I have never met anyone that has been to Dubai as many times as this particular woman. She is a classy lady. When I talk to her, she always makes me feel uplifted. She always teaches me. I love her so, so much. She's none other than Elder Jacqueline Lulu Brown. Good morning.
Hi, how are you?
I am awesome. Thank you so much for being a part of the platform today.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Brown. You are the founder of the Revolution Ascension Academy, and you're also a business coach. So if you can give us a little bit of, just give us a little taste of what you do with Revolution Ascension.
So Revolution Ascension is both a consulting firm where we will work with companies that have objectives around women leadership. They want their women leadership to grow. They want to know, okay, how do we put together a plan that they can execute and will have the outcomes that they're looking for. So that's kind of working with an organization, because consulting is different than coaching. And then I am a international coaching certified, which is through the International Coaching Federation. And so I'm internationally certified as a master life coach. What is the sweet spot that people get that is just unique to Revolution Ascension? It is finding your genius spot. We come up every day and we show up in excellence because we know what we know. But what's your genius spot? Because your genius spot is where you're going to operate in a limitless place. You're going to have the life that sings to your soul, because every woman deserves to have that shining light. So we go very deeply in the coaching, whether it's the academy, whether it's one-on-one, or rather it's like our ultimate packages that include a whole lot of other things. It's still based around a proprietary process that brings your mindset up and out of the matrix. And this isn't the movie. This is literally us. Oh, and by the way, I'm not going to give you a red pill or a blue pill, but this is a mindset, and it's breaking the indoctrination that was put upon us from the time we came out our mother's womb. We were shaped and molded. So in a very positive, deviant, disruptive manner, we challenge everything that we've ever known. And then we discover, who am I really? Whose am I really? And where is the power that was promised to me? You know, where is it at? And then we find the key and we unlock it. And then there's other phases around transformational healing and truly ascending to one's highest self. So there's some really radical practices that I've put in there. And I've had some folks write some reviews, and most of the time they always say is that I am very non-traditional and unconventional, and that I go about things in a manner that they've never seen or heard before. And it's not about what you do, it's about the outcomes that you're going to receive. And I'm all about empowerment and outcomes. So,
yes.
Thank you so much for having me here today.
Thank you. And I know a little bit more about the Revolution Ascension Academy, and I know more about your one-on-one coaching. because you and I have done so much. I want to say good morning to everyone that's listening. But you know what? Don't be selfish. Get some other friends, and let's get this listening party. Let's get it going on. Now, Lulu, you have a new YouTube channel. I subscribed to it yesterday. And the people that are listening, please go ahead and subscribe. Her information is at the bottom. Subscribe to Lulu's YouTube channel. Lulu, what will you be sharing on your YouTube channel?
Oh, wow. Number one, Dr. Tonya, thank you. Because I just started publicizing it. You'll see I post this stuff, but I really wasn't putting it out there. So what people will get, they'll get little inspirational tips. Sometimes I just decide that I'm going to do a little mini masterclass, and I just get on camera and I just start, kind of giving point 1, 2, 3. So all of those things, they will get out there. But what's really, I think, to give insight of who is this person, pinned at the top of the page is just this little short video. I was working with a project that was called Girl, It's Your Life Tour. And as part of that, we had to kind of tell why and how are we living in living color, because that was the thing, and living in living color.
Oh, wow.
And so it's just 9 minutes, but it really gives you some insight, because I believe when people work with us, they need to know our story. They need to know the good, the bad, the ugly, but they need to know the victorious comebacks from our setbacks.
That's
because we have so much knowledge, and God has given us through our experiences so much wisdom that if we want to see other women grow, we have to actually be willing to share, pull that mask off, and, tell your story that may have a little shame to it, but tell it because someone else needs to hear that story so that they can come from behind their mask and realize that there is now no condemnation.
That's right.
That believe, that walk after the spirit and not after the flesh. So I don't want women to be ashamed anymore. The shame is when we don't get the help that we need
get to
the place that we want to be.
That's good. And what I love about it is that I'm going to be able to go to your YouTube channel, and I'm going to get inspiration. I'm going to get love. I'm going to get those tips. And, no matter what level we are, let's go ahead and be real, Lulu. We all feel like we're not enough sometimes. Yes, we all feel like, you know what, I'm not feeling, my 100% today. So I'm saying this because when I woke up this morning, there were two people. Good morning, Dr. Gloria. There were two people. God bless you, and we love you. And let me share what she said. Your experience is not for you. I agree with that, Dr. Gloria. I'm pretty sure Lulu does too. And the thing about these DMs and the YouTube and social media is that it can be negative. Of course, it can be negative, but for me, it's been all positive. I thought about, there were two people in my DMs this morning, Lulu. You don't know this, and they had these prayers on there, but it was all powerful prayers about what God is going to do and what God is doing. And no weapon formed against you, Dr. Tonya. All these, I don't know these people, but they often send me these beautiful prayers, like just powerful prayers. And then I'm a YouTuber myself, and I'm addicted to YouTube. So I go there for inspiration. And I believe that, with your YouTube channel, that's what's going to really come out. You really inspiring people, because that's what you do. You're an inspiration.
Thank you so much. I'm just so impressed that you went to my YouTube channel.
Yes.
Oh my God, I can't. My husband gets on me all the time. He's like, you got to promote your YouTube channel. If you don't post something, but whatever it is that you've posted, you put a video on Facebook, it needs to be on YouTube.
Yes.
And, I have some stuff out there, but now I really have started to put those inspirational messages out there. And Dr. Tonya, I will tell you, as you said, sometimes we just have to get real and raw and, tell the truth. And we don't wake up like this every day. No. And what we know now, we didn't just wake up that way. It was lessons learned. It was some of those poor decisions.
Yes.
It's good decisions, bad decisions, poor decisions. All of that is mixed in there. And so I want to make sure that women know that you don't wake up like this. But
No.
sometimes we got to get to the raw truth. So I do have some things out there to give people fair warning. They might get a little mad, like who she thinks she is talking about somebody and saying that. But one thing that I do is God has entrusted me to be the voice that is not afraid to tell the truth about what needs to be said, because I'm worried that people are not going to follow me or not going to sign up with me. Because if you watch something that maybe you might not want to say out in front of anyone else, gee, I know what she's talking about. Believe you me, people will be just like Nicodemus, who came to Jesus by night.
That's right.
So I love everything that you do, Dr. Tonya, because I know that there are people that come to you by night. They may not admit it out front because they want that knowledge from Mucho Dinero. Everything that you teach about business and business practices and money and securing your own bag, it's powerful, very powerful. And a lot of times we may not want to admit that we're jacked up in a particular area. But I could say this: secure your own bag, because Dr. Tonya will have you where you ain't jacked up no more.
Thank you for saying that. That's so sweet of you. And you know, and that, to me, I think about me. I remember why I started the business, and I remember why I'm doing what I'm doing. And here's another thing: like, you're on here today. Okay, we're getting ready to talk about Dubai, you guys. So don't fret. We're gonna do it. But I just wanted to build like a foundation so that you would get to know Elder Lulu a little better, and you'd also know a little bit more about me. And and we're supposed to support each other. So it's important that you subscribe to her YouTube channel. And I said it earlier before you came on. I have never met anyone from America that has ever visited Dubai as many times as you have. So I want to ask you a question. How many times have you visited Dubai?
Wow. You know, I had to go back and recount, and it actually has been 17 times.
What?
17.
17?
I've been going to Dubai since 2009.
Wow. 17 times. I have to put that in the comments. 17. You visited Dubai 17 times. That's a lot. I mean, that's a whole lot. So the way I was trying to think of a title that I could share. So I was thinking, I said, well, is she a special correspondent for Dubai? Is she a Dubai concierge? Is she a Dubai ambassador? I was thinking about all these different words last night, as I was thinking about this interview today. And I was like, I have never met anyone that has been there that many times. Wow, 17 times. So what I want to do today, I want to ask you a couple of questions about Dubai. So you're doing a trip, and we're going to talk about how people can do your trip. Y'all leaving so that'll be your 18th time next month.
Yes.
That you're going to be going.
Yes.
So you're doing a trip. It's a 7-day trip, right? Will
Yes,
you tell us a little bit about the trip, if you don't mind?
Sure. And just, transparency here. I went to Dubai so many times is because when I was working in corporate, I literally had worldwide responsibilities. So I had teams that reported into me from all over the world. And I spent the majority of the time in India. And I just couldn't go back and forth to India without stopping in Dubai. And then it got to a point where I wasn't in corporate anymore, that my husband and I made sure that we went to Dubai or planned our trip so we would come through Dubai when I started going on ministry missions in Africa, but got to spend a week in Dubai. So the retreat itself, it's not a conference, it's a retreat. So okay. I'm not going to have you, the folks that participate, death by slides. We want you to experience the country. We want you to experience the United Arab Emirates. And this is a fantastic time to go because prior to the pandemic, we were going to be there in 2020 for Expo 2020. When we were there for the week in 2019, we were actually in the hotel and deciding, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And then the pandemic hit.
Yes.
And we were there literally just before the pandemic hit. We were coming back from Africa. You come back, the holiday comes in, and boom, we're in the pandemic. Expo 2020 was moved, and I think they started it maybe the end of 2021 into 2022. So it's a different world now. It was the most opulent place that you could go to, and I like to think of it as the playground of the Middle East.
Yes.
Now, oh my God, after Expo, because the UAE put, and I believe the number was 47 or 49 billion dollars just in building up Dubai. And when we were there in 2019, there was a lot of construction going on. So the retreat is to experience the country itself, the opulence of it. But it's also for us to go into a small setting and a sacred, safe space to retreat. And when I say retreat to come out stronger, yet softer. So there's some things that we're going to be doing and we're going to be learning is that I'm going to retreat into this place. But when I come out, I'm going to be stronger. But guess what? My divine feminine is going to be softer.
Yes.
We think that
I love it.
Be tough and hard, and we have to be all the way on the masculine side on steroids to be businesswomen and to be successful businesswomen. But the retreat is to give you pretty much in a sort of very condensed manner, a lot of the techniques that we teach in the academy, which is question everything you've ever been taught. Do you know who you are and whose you are? And have you found your zone of genius? And have you woke it up?
Yes.
Because it may not be what you're doing today.
Yes.
So there's going to be this sort of intimate where every woman that's there, we're all going to pour into each other. I may be the host and the facilitator. And yes, I wrote the workbook that they're going to get because we're not going to lock people in. We want to give them something to take home that they can continue to study, to journal, to write. But I'm also going because other women, I can learn something from them.
Yes, we can.
I don't want to be, I am never, no. And I'm happy to say this, Dr. Tonya, I am never the smartest person in the room. Because if I'm the smartest person in the room, I'm in the wrong room. Yes. And I'm big on teaching that. You don't want to be the smart, you can be as smart as, but you want someone in the room that is smarter than you, more experienced in a lot of areas than you are, because that's how we build one another up.
That's right. I agree. I agree on that wholeheartedly. And to me, 2023 is the year that I get out of my comfort zone, period. And one of the things that I'm going to be doing in December of this year, I'm hosting a trip to Dubai also. And that's why I asked you to be on the show today, is because I wanted to ask some particular questions about Dubai, so that people would be able to get rid of those myths and be more comfortable with travel. I'm a travel agent, also been travel agent since last year. And we're doing business/fun. So we're going to take a couple of days out to do a business workshop, a business networking event. And then the rest of the time is going to all be about fun. And I'm really excited about that. But your trip is in March, which is next month, March 2023. And I have it at the bottom down. It says join Lulu's Dubai trip. So it's not too late for people to come in and go with you, right?
No, it's not. They can, the registration page is floating right down there. Thank you so much for putting that there. So it is not too late to join us.
Okay, awesome. That's good. And then, our trip is going to be December of 2023. We have a team of people. It's amazing because how God operates, Elder Lulu, because I just knew that this is something that I needed to do and that I heard from God. We're going to do one here in August, SYOB here in August in Las Vegas. And then we're going to do the other one in December. But a lot of people are still thinking that Dubai is this place where you have to have your whole face covered. And, we can't like show our arms or what have you. So let's dispel that first myth. When a person goes to Dubai, how should they be dressed?
Okay, so they can go in. Here, let me start at this place. Understanding the culture and being respectful.
Yes.
So I would not recommend that you're walking through the airport or anywhere out in the mall or somewhere where you have on spaghetti straps, like, a dress made like a camisole. I don't recommend that. And that's only because be respectful of the women that are there and be respectful of them and the men that you're walking in front of, because women are covered. But I want to dispel the myth around the cultures where people say, oh, I don't want to go there. Those women are all covered up. And Dubai women, and I'm talking about native Dubai women, are extremely educated, highly intelligent, have children, husbands. They function just like you and I do. The culture is that their head is covered and they have on their, I call it, and this is the wrong word for it, but it's just kind of like, if you think about it, it's like a robe and it's covering them. But understand what's up underneath there, because these are wealthy women and they don't have any reason to prove to anyone. They don't need anyone to see their Jimmy Choo shoes under there. They don't need anyone to see their $2,000-$3,000 jeans under there, the jewelry that they have on, the purse that they're carrying. They live a prosperous life of abundance like many. They just don't show it to the world.
Yes.
But I'm respectful, having been to a lot of places. India, there are many places where women do not reveal parts of their body. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. When we go to visit, it's fine. If you have on short sleeves, I tell people if you have on cap sleeves or sleeveless, I have a lot of just little, they're just thin, like little thin silk, and it doesn't even have to match. I mean, I might have one that's colorful and I'm going to use that same scarf the whole time that I'm there. And what I do is if I'm going into a place, and you'll be able to see, I might just pull it out my bag and I might say, okay, I see a lot of men there, and I might just take, and I have this way that I tie it right here on the arms, and it looks really cool because now it just has this thing there. So it's simple things like that, but it's being respectful.
Okay.
One other way of being very respectful is that don't follow behind what people from other countries do. Now, I have been in the hotel where women from other countries, whether it's Europe or, countries in the West, and they will get on the elevator and they may have a cover up over their bathing suit that you could see through, or they may not have anything on at all. Be respectful. If you're in a country where women cover themselves, make sure that you have a cover up on that nobody can see through.
Yes.
It is simple things like that. Here's something that's beautiful that I love. In Dubai, women have a day in the week where the beach is just theirs.
Oh, wow.
There is a beach, and there's no one can go to the beach on that day but women.
Oh, wow.
And I have to tell you, they have some of the most fabulous bathing suits. They're leggings, and they have like the top. If you can think about maybe something that you would wear to go scuba diving, except it's beautiful, it's pretty, and they have something that comes up like a little hood, but it kind of fits around your face. these things are beautiful. And I will, because I want you to be able to share all of this with folks that are going to go with you in December. I will share all of this with you. I think it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And the first time I saw that, Dr. Tonya, actually was in Israel.
Oh.
I was in Tel Aviv.
Uh-huh.
And as you know, that there's the Sabbath, sundown from Friday. So on Saturday, people are at the beach because it's a day of rest. And when I looked down and I said to my husband, do you see, look at those ladies? Because as you know, whether you're in the middle of Dubai or whether you're in Israel, you have both Muslim and Hebrew.
Yes.
I looked at those Muslim women and I told my husband, I gotta have one of those. I want one of those. And I remember Sports Illustrated put a Muslim woman on the cover. And this has been many years ago. I'll Google and see if I can go find it. But she has on one of those swimsuits. Gorgeous.
I'm going to have to look it up.
Embrace culture wherever you go. Now, here's the piece that has changed a lot. Dubai is a little bit like Vegas, Dr. Tonya. After Expo, they've made it pretty much a big tourist attraction for people to come and get a flavor of everywhere else in the world. So when you go there in December, believe it or not, there's a sort of a remake of the water for the Bellagio. You know how the water at the Bellagio Hotel? Well, they have that there in Dubai. I believe it's like near one of the malls. So it is just fabulous to go to. And I just don't want people to prejudge because, believe it or not, and I'm going to say this, and if I make anyone mad, it's not intentional. We in these United States can learn a lot from other cultures. We cannot be in a mindset that we are so holy and we have the commodity on religion and understanding of God. We can't do that because I will tell you, whether it's Hindi, whether it's Muslim, whether it's Hebrew, you can learn some really important things that, quite honestly, we're not as disciplined. And I'm going to be real. My growth came from being in these countries among these women and learning things from conversations, people that are willing to talk with you. I learned to grow and ascend to where I am. Wow. I didn't learn all of that from the US and from other mentors or coaches. I learned it by traveling, and I learned so much going to the UAE. The women were so open and easy to talk to. Now you have to be an extrovert. I'm just warning you. You got to be an extrovert.
Okay.
I'm one of those people that you just can't help but talk to me. But it's a beautiful place. And secure your own bag. You can't secure, and I'm saying this to your audience. Okay. You cannot secure your own bag if you don't have a broad knowledge of the world at large. That's what it's all about. It's not being in a cocoon anymore.
No.
And, we're not, people used to say US superpower. Guess what? There are some cultures out there that are powerful.
Yes, there are.
May not have, the wealth or, well, I will say the UAE, they got the wealth, but, there's other places that it may appear to be different, but they're wealthy in knowledge. They're wealthy in history. Because if you really want the real deal, go to another country and you won't open a book in a library or the internet in the US ever again. So if you're going to secure your own bag, Dr. Tonya, they can't secure that bag until they go with you to Dubai.
I'm telling you, I am so excited. I don't know what Guy's going to do, but I know that the SYOB experience is, because we're calling it an experience, is going to be just like I call it a business explosion, a global business explosion. And I agree with you on that. And that's why I said this is the year that I get out of my comfort zone,
Yes.
you know. And honestly, it would have been easier for me and my husband to just book our tickets, go down there, I do the speaking engagements, and that's it. But I don't want to. Elder Lulu, you know that my heart is that as I ascend, as I grow, that I want to take a group of people with me. So that's so important. Now, everybody that's listening, share this video out. We're going to talk for another maybe 15 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes. Elder Lulu has been to Dubai 17 times. I mean, that's a whole lot of times. You know, my husband just said, "Oh my God," in the background. You couldn't hear him. But so if you want to go do the trip with her in March of next month, it's not too late. You got to do one payment though. You got to pay it all up, you know, and contact her directly, and she will be able to, you know. I wish I was going with you, to be honest with you, because I know that the experience is going to be so really life-changing is what I'm going to call it. And I believe that's what Dubai is going to be for us also in December. Now, so we talked about dress. We talked about culture. You've been 17 times. What is the one thing that a person should do whenever they visit the Dubai area or the UAE? What do you think that should be? Okay. One experience.
They have to go for a day trip to Abu Dhabi, and they have to visit the mosque.
Okay.
It is the largest mosque in the world. So if you can think about, people say when you go to India, go to the Taj Mahal. If you go to the UAE, you must go to Abu Dhabi. And if you don't look at anything else in Abu Dhabi, you want to go to the mosque. It is truly it's beauty to be held, but it's also a deep spiritual experience.
Okay.
And when we open our spirits to, and I'm going to make sure that I'm clear here, I'm not talking about opening your spirit to everything. I'm specifically saying when we are in connection with our God and we are looking to say, I'm in a different place, but speak to me. Speak to me. And it's beautiful. When you walk through, you want to go early enough so that you're not rushed. And okay. You want to take your time and just go through and stop and think. And when you're walking around, it is very, very beautiful. But when you bring yourself into a mindset that it doesn't make any difference where I am, God is wherever I go. And here's the reason why, because you brought him with you when you got there.
That's right.
You know, it's like, right. How do you know God's there? God's there because I brought him with me when I got here. So, You know, I don't go anywhere without him. So I know he's here.
Right. God's
so there's some really beautiful things to do. But I would encourage people to make sure it's a day trip. And there's several different ways that you can go. We're going to go. And because we're a smaller group, we're going to be going, I'll say, by different means, where we're going to be in a van that probably holds 17. Where you can do as the big bus, and there's a lot of other where you can go and do the hop on, hop off. It's really great because you get there and you get on that bus, and it's like any other. They're all the same, whether you're in Europe or you're in New York. It's the same, you know, hop on, hop off, go do sightseeing at your leisure, but leave enough time, no matter how you're going to get there, leave enough time to visit the mosque. That's the one thing that I would encourage people to definitely do. Oh, I'm going to encourage two things.
Yes.
Go to the old souk in Dubai down at the marina. You got to do that. Okay. You said one, so I'm going to give them two.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
When you go to the old souk, it is equivalent to our flea market.
Okay.
They're going to come out because they recognize they can smell Americans. And they're going to say, I got Gucci, I got this, I got that. Run, Forrest, run. That's not what you went over there for. You didn't go over there for that. You know, I got to throw some comedy in there.
Yes.
You didn't go over there for that. Go and buy the authentic things. And, you know, Dr. Tanya, what I'm going to do, and I wish I would have brought it downstairs with me, my bottles of oils, fragrance oils. Yes. I wish I would have brought them downstairs, but I'm going to take pictures and I'm going to send them, and please post them in the comments of this. When you go there, that's what you want. You don't want what you could buy here in the US. When you go to buy the fragrance oils, and I don't say perfume because perfume has alcohol in it, you're going to sample all of the different like flowers and things like that. And they're going to ask you, okay, you know, what do you want? And when you decide what you want, you're going to pick your bottle. And they have all these different types of bottles. They're different ounces, and that will determine price. And then they're going to, you see the kind of little things going to go upstairs, a little elevator. They're going to go up there, and it's going to get put into your bottle. It's going to go into a regular box, just like as if you were buying a bottle of Red Door perfume. Yes. It's going to go into a box, and it's going to be sealed, and it's going to have the cellophane around it. And that's because you're going to go through customs, and you don't want to travel with anything loose. So make sure that you go and get the fragranced oils. Oh my God. I have not used perfume, anything that you would buy in America, Europe, or anywhere else since I started going to Dubai. So I will take those pictures. You have to go to the old souk. I would recommend that if you're going to buy clothing, the malls are very expensive. I'm not going to tell you that I haven't bought something at the mall. They have very different shoes and boots that no one in the United States they're going to look and they're going to be, where'd you get those from? Now you're going to pay a little money for that, but they're so different. You're not going to find them anywhere else. But the malls can be a little more expensive for clothing. When you go down to the old souk, you can get beautiful tunics and beautiful long dresses. So, Dr. Tanya, I'm going to take pictures, and I want you to take and give all this information to folks that are considering going with you in December, because it's going to be off the meter as far as the shopping. So the old souk, though, you want to go to the old souk at the marina. That's where it's endless. You just get a little tired that they're going to be chasing you, kind of like when you go to Tijuana. Hey, come look at my stuff. Come look at my stuff. But the people are beautiful. And I just love going. My nephew speaks Arabic. He reads, writes, and speaks Arabic fluently. Wow. And so it's so crazy because I was trying to communicate with someone, and I said, I know what I need to do. And I tried to call my nephew. And when I tried to call him, the hours are different. And so he's like, did somebody in the family die? I said, no, I need you to talk to this man. And so when I told him what I wanted him to say, and the man, he sat back and he looked at me. He said, oh, Dr. Tanya, I got to tell you, that man almost gave me everything for free.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They relate. When you can relate to them and their culture. Yes. They are such a beautiful people. So you want to go to the old souk, definitely. And the marina is great. You can go on little boat rides and things down there. You can eat dinner or lunch. That there's, they're all lined up. So you just pick, that one looks great. I'm going to go on that one. You buy your ticket, you get on, you have lunch or you have dinner. But all of that is down there at the old souk. Now, there's all the other things, dinner in the desert and the camel ride and all of that. It's wonderful, but you know what? Go to the old souk first. And then if you have a chance, you do the other stuff and go to the mosque in Abu Dhabi first.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Is there anything that you can think of that you could tell the people that are going to be traveling with me, the group that that's going to be helpful for them, right? Things that we can be doing now to prepare for our trip in December. Any kind
Okay.
of little tips?
Yes. So the first thing, please, 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 if you don't have a passport that has a minimum of 7 months
Okay.
before you're going to go, meaning December, but then there's 7 months after that, you need to
Okay.
get your passport. You have to
Okay.
get your passport. That is number one priority. The other
Okay.
thing that I would suggest that you do is apply for global entry. If you ever come into the airport, and you could be coming back, you don't have to be coming from the Middle East, but when you come from, let's say, Jamaica or other places, and you're coming through customs and you're in the international terminal, and you ever see the sign that says global entry, well,
Yes.
that helps you pass that 2.5 hour line of getting through customs. So apply for global entry. I do not remember how much it is now, but you can apply for it at your local airport. So here in Atlanta, there's actually an office, and it's a big sign that says global entry applicants. And you can do it online, but if you do it online, they're going to give you an appointment where you have to come in so that they can verify everything. You can't avoid doing it in person.
Awesome.
So global entry is going to be tremendous. Passport, because people will say, oh, I have 6 months. That can be a little shaky. So you want to make sure, if your passport is going to expire in, I would say, January of 2024, and you're like, oh, well, I'm going in December. You know what? Go and renew your passport now.
Okay.
Those are really critical. Google and learn about, and you can tell don't do the superficial kind of, research. Really dig deep to learn where you're going. And just don't go with preconceived attitudes.
Okay.
The aura that you will experience as a woman is going to be phenomenal. I the first time I went, and I was by myself, and as I was coming through customs, and the woman I just happened to be in line where there was a female, and I looked at her and I said, wow, she is gorgeous. Because
Wow.
I'm very complimentary of our sisters. Like,
Yes.
oh, I saw your hat, and I'm like,
Oh yes.
whoa, you looking rocking that hat. So I don't have a problem with saying you're gorgeous, you're beautiful. And what I liked is that her clothing was trimmed in this embroidery. It was all one color, it was black, but it was trimmed in embroidery. And I just asked her, I said, could you tell me where you got your clothing? I said, it's beautiful. And she just looked up like, wow, that's unusual. Nobody ever would ask me. I thought it was gorgeous. And where she told me to go, I tried to go to find it. I didn't find that. And one of the reasons why I wanted to do that is because, as you know, I'm a minister, I'm an elder. And I wanted to use it instead of the traditional robes that sometimes
Yes.
churches will not let you come in their pulpit without a robe. And I'm respectful of that. That's, they want you covered. And so I wanted to have that I could use as a robe. So I found something similar to it, and it's beautiful. It's just plain, but the way it drapes on you. So I would say learn something about the culture and go with an open mind. And I keep going back to your theme, secure your own bag. You're going to secure your own bag, but you're going to secure it on a level where your mindset is going to change. And that's because from the time you get off the plane and you walk through the airport, I guarantee you these things are going to happen. You're going to look around you, and all of a sudden, when you walk, your back is going to begin to get straighter.
Oh, wow.
Your shoulders. I mean, I'm really
I believe
serious.
you.
It was like, I was like, And before I knew it, it was like I was in joy, ease, and flow. And I was going through and I was like, oh, something feels good about this place. And when I went outside to get a taxi, and they're all the same color, they're all white. I don't know if that's true now, but they were all Mercedes. And if it was larger, it was a Land Cruiser or something like that, a larger an SUV. And when I looked, and there wasn't any dirt or garbage or trash anywhere. And I was like, ooh, I like the way I feel. Went into the hotel and I was like, ooh, I like the way this feels. People don't understand that's important. That brings your mindset into a different place. It opens up your mind for possibilities. Because here's the real truth. If we say that we serve this great God, and if we really believe that, what makes you think you can't have that kind of wealth?
That's right.
Deuteronomy 18:8, I know it's in Deuteronomy. Remember, it is the Lord thy God that giveth thee power to obtain wealth.
Yes.
So we cannot contradict ourselves and say, okay, I'm quoting scripture, I'm praying, and I know I got what I need from the Lord. Really? Because then you should realize that there is nothing that anyone has in any other country that you can't have. And you're not coveting it.
No.
You just should know that you are empowered.
Yes.
To have that.
Yes.
And that atmosphere, it unleashes that spirit. It's like you're not haughty, you're not prideful. You're just like, whoa, I could get with this. And when you come back, it's like faith without works is dead. So I'm ready to get to work. It's beautiful.
I love it because, and that's what for me, the whole event in December is going to be about. Having that open mind and embracing other cultures and making divine connections with other business people from around the world. It's just so important to me that we actually do that because, you know what? I know you guys were on Facebook. We're on different Facebook groups and we're in LinkedIn. We're everywhere today on this Mucho Dinero TV show. You know, we're all over. But here's the key thing is that in order for us to have true wealth, I believe, Elder Lulu, is that we have to hear from God, follow his plan, and then implement what he says. And then a lot of that is getting out of your comfort zone and doing things a little bit differently. And this is a little bit off subject. I don't know if you had an opportunity to look at my post from this morning, but I posted a picture of me standing up today, like standing up, me and my little 5 feet self standing up. And somebody asked me a question about a month or so ago. The question was, she wasn't being rude. It was a good question. The question was, if I can start my own businesses on my own, why would I hire you to do it for me? Why would I help you? Why would I hire you to actually do the business development portion of all of that? So one of the things I told her is that I said, well, first of all, you can use any kind of software. You can go to the website, do whatever on your own. But what you're not going to get is you're not going to get a human element. You know, you're not going to get that human element. So, and then I don't want to lie. This Dubai trip is not a situation where, you know, you're going to go for $1,000. It's not going to happen. The flight itself is 15, 17-hour flights, depending, you know, on where you're coming from. And what I'm trying to say is that we have to change our mindset also about this whole wealth progression and receiving the wealth. that there's a price to pay. There's a price to pay for that. And you're going to pay in US dollars, period. You're going to pay in US dollars. And then I remember about the different experiences that I've had, Elder Lulu, at different events. Once again, I'm going back to the human element. I remember going to the God's Leading Lady Conference by myself in Los Angeles. Bishop T.D. Jakes hosted that conference. And it was after that conference when I came back that I really started that whole journey about my business with conglomerate empowerment. Sometimes you have to be in a different location, have different interactions with people, join hands with people like Elder Lulu. She's doing it in March. Join hands with people. Get that human element. That's what I'm trying to say. Really embrace each other and love each other. That's what I love about your event that you're doing, to be honest with you, in March, because I know that that's what's going to happen. People are going to come back and they're going to be changed with a body, soul, and spirit. Elevated, you know what I'm saying? And thinking differently. And that's where I am this year. This 2023 is our year to receive the transformation of the well, body, soul, and spirit. And it's going to cost. Dubai is not one of those trips that, we can go to. Probably we could go for $99 for the weekend in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Dubai is not like this. You said opulence. This is a luxurious trip. Luxurious. So if you're listening on here today, it's not by chance. You're supposed to be here listening to us today. I believe that God is asking all of us to level up in our thinking, level up with the people that we're dealing with. Once again, I go back to the post I said today. I had these affirmations. One of the affirmations was, you are enough. Another part of the affirmations was, stop connecting with selfish people. Ooh. Another affirmation was, stand up for yourself. And then another part I said, again, stand up for yourself. So sisters, if you're listening to us, brothers, if you're listening to us, it is not by chance. You are enough. Stand up for yourself. And if God is calling you to go to Dubai, if you have to go by yourself, it's okay. Just go. Just go. We spend $500, $1,000 on hair weave. Now, don't we?
You just took what I was going to say. Oh, my God. Notice how I started leaning in as you were talking.
Yes.
And when you said that this is not cheap, this is an investment in yourself. Not. So yes, I tell people right off the rip, okay, don't tell me I can go on hothotels.com and I can go for whatever. My answer is, God bless you, darling. You go right on. Because what we are providing, what Mucho Dinero is, and Secure Your Own Bag is providing, is an experience with fun in a uplifting your mindset and in an elevated environment. But here's what came to mind. And you said it about the hair. And I'm not trying to make nobody mad, but the little Malcolm X comes out in me sometime. I just can't help it. It just, I try, but I can't help it. This is not a denigrating statement. But if many would go and add up how many red bottom shoes that they paid $600 for, and I don't have anything against red bottom shoes. I am pointing out, look at where your money is going and what you're getting for your money. This is an investment. And so if you want to secure your own bag and you want to go to that next level, you can cut out a lot of things that you're doing. Because as you said, a fortune on hair and nails and all of these other things, even, the luxuries, there's nothing wrong with the luxuries, but invest in yourself. Because at the end of the day, who owns red bottom shoes? Somebody maybe can Google that and find out who really owns. And my thing is, if you're buying red bottom shoes at that price, do you own stock in that company?
That's important.
That's the thing. Do you own stock? I often say I should have stock in CVS. Because I'm addicted to CVS. You go there for your prescription, and I'm one of the coupons. I'm the queen of CVS coupons.
They have good coupons.
I have coupons. They get so upset with me. I have gone into CVS, and I have given them a coupon, and I literally was due $1 and some change, and the person would say, well, we don't give any money back. And I'm like, it's okay, because I walked out with my $12 bottle of whatever for free, because I had a $2 coupon and a $10 coupon.
That's right. So that's how it is with CVS. That's the truth. Yes.
Making the wise decisions. And that's just an example, but make wise decisions. Nobody loves, and honey, Dr. Tonya, this is something me and you have in common. No one loves luxury and beauty more than we do.
I love it.
We have learned over the years, and I thank God for your Mucho Dinero overall. I thank God that you were teaching women that it's okay to have those items, but make sure that you're investing in yourself. Because again, God said he would give you power to obtain wealth.
That's right.
But you got to have some knowledge. You got to put some work in. And somebody has to teach you and help you how to get there. So yes. I would say it's very important that people realize that it's an investment. And
it really is.
Listen.
Yes. And I'm worth it. You're worth it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
You are worth it. You're definitely worth it. So I can't wait. I'm excited. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like it's December instead of March. But you know me, my mind is just constantly, going. But it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
It really is. And I'm just so thank you so much for giving those tips. So be sure that our passport have at least 7 months or more on it. Be sure to pay for the global entry. That takes time. So go through the process to do the global entry so you can skip the line. And that does work because we used it last year, my family and I, when we went to Dominica. And the last tip you told us was to have, no, not the last tip, but learn about the cultures, the different cultures, and then, go there with an open mindset and also have a great attitude, So I want to thank you for all of that. I just really, let's see if I can find your, I want to make sure. So March, give us the exact dates for March, for your trip in March.
So we start on Monday, March 26th is when we officially start. We want people to arrive that Sunday. And I'm sorry, I think Sunday may be the 26th, but Sunday in the evening is our kickoff. So that's when we're going to give folks their the registration and all the little things. And we're just going to get to know each other. We're going to talk. We're going to really kind of just get comfortable with one another. We're going to embrace that sister circle, and we're going to reinforce that we are our sister's keeper. Because you can't go nowhere with me if you ain't your sister's keeper. And I'm really big on that. And so that's the first day. And then Monday through Friday, again, everything is in the morning half day, and your afternoons and evenings are up to you. And on Saturday, we are just going to have our closing out ceremony. We're going to wrap it up. So, Saturday, and then you're free. It's over Saturday, and they do have to check out on Saturday. But here's the great thing. If you have one of those flights that are don't be afraid to take a flight that doesn't leave until midnight or something like that. You check out the hotel, you put it in, give it to the storage and say, could you hold my luggage here? Go out, enjoy yourself for the whole day, give yourself time, come back to the hotel, get your belongings and head over to the airport. And the airport, by the way, it's phenomenal. The airport has so many stores. It has some of everything because there's every terminal. It's like going to the mall as well. It's like a playground of some of everything. Wow. But you don't want to wait until you're going to the airport. Yeah, there's duty free, but you want to go to the old soup. Trust me. Now, I'm not going to tell you I never purchased anything in the airport, but I will tell you that most of what I've picked up over the years was at the old soup. So just it's going to be a wonderful trip, and I am just so happy. By the way, for those that want to know the seasons, Dr. Tonya, you picked the perfect time. Okay. You do not want to go from April is Ramadan. So you don't, from April 1 to the end of the month. And the reason I say you don't want to go during Ramadan unless you are of the Muslim faith is because a lot of things are closed down. So everything's not open and all the trips and everything are not there. So you want to go, I would say, between October and April 1st. You want to go the end of and it's going to be warm. Now you're going to have some 80-degree days there, but you do not want to be there in May, June, July. Let me tell you, it's a dry heat, but I don't do well, and a lot of people won't do well, even with a dry heat, that when you go out, it's kind of like, it feels like it's draining you. It's just like all of a sudden you went from air conditioned and someone put you in 110-degree desert. And it does feel like that sometimes. So you want to be able to enjoy yourself. So December is the perfect time to go. And December is a great time to go because you're wrapping up the end of the year. Treat yourself. If you celebrate Christmas, let that be your Christmas gift. If you have adult children, tell them all to get together, and that's what you want for Christmas. Mama wants to go to Dubai in December. Tell your relatives, anyone that's going to give you a gift. If you're in a family that everyone doesn't celebrate Christmas in the manner that some other people do, so guess what? Your birthday. Tell them, send out a notice to everyone. For my birthday, I want cash.
That's right.
So that I can put it towards, give them the website. Yes. Give your people tell them this is where you go pay the money for me to go on the trip.
That's a great idea.
That's all I can say. Invest in you.
Yes. And you have to get out of where you are. So you have to leave. There's something about leaving your home and connecting with other people. I keep on going back to the human element. It just changes you. And then what you get from other people, you learn from everybody that's a part of the entire group. You don't know what's going to happen or who you're going to meet, And I think I was talking to you about this, Elder Lulu, where, we're all consultants, we're all coaches. Lots of people are these days, but it may just be one client that's that $1 million client.
Exactly. Ooh.
That's possible. I mean, we're talking about Dubai,
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're talking about Dubai. So money is not an object at all. So you just never know. You get what I'm saying? Yes. But you will. But one thing is for sure, if you don't do something different, you will never get a different result, period. So if you have people in your ears telling you, oh, that's too much, don't go. If you have people telling you, I wouldn't go all the way over there. What do they have that we don't have?
A lot.
What you need to do with that person, say, you know what? I'm going to pray for you, and then change the subject, and then go on and do what you want to do. So you can go in March with Lulu. It's not too late. It's the end of March's time. So you can go ahead and go with her. And then what you can also do? You can go again with us, in Dubai.
Absolutely.
And period. You could do both trips. You could do whatever you want to do. Nothing's holding you back.
Nothing.
Elder Lulu, this has been such an awesome experience for me today. Every time I talk to you, I learn more and more about Dubai. Had no idea that you're getting ready to go for your 18th trip. That's a lot of Dubai trips, to be honest with you. And is there anything in closing that you would like to say? Because I've had you on here a lot longer than I was supposed to. I'm sorry.
No, just that I thank you, Dr. Tonya, for who you are. I thank you for how you allow God to use you to uplift and empower women across so many areas of their life, mentally, financially, and just from a business perspective, letting them know that there's nothing that is out of our reach. We just have to be determined and intentional. So that's all I would say to your audience is from this moment forward, if you're not already intentional and determined, after this, say, I'm intentional and I am determined
Yes, I'm intentional and I'm determined. Thank you so much, Elder Lulu. Okay, you guys. So this has been an awesome broadcast today. Once again, Elder Brown, thank you so much. If you have not subscribed to her YouTube channel, the information is at the bottom. Go ahead and do that. If you have time to go to Dubai in March, the end of March, hook up with Elder Brown. You could go ahead and make that happen also. But remember, we're going to be going the Secure Your Own Bag team. That's right. Me and I think I've had like 3 other couples that have confirmed. And there's more. There's room for you too. We're going to be going in December to Dubai, to the UAE. So contact me directly. I will get the information to you. Our payments are actually going to start in March. So you're going to be paying from March until November for this particular trip. So it is a payment plan, and deposits are going to be due by March. So that's why I'm doing this today. And once again, thank you for listening. God bless you. Just go with love. And remember, this is the Mucho Dinero Show. We educate, we empower, and on purpose, we promote businesses. Goodbye, everyone.